Your first task will be to smooth the foil over the bottom side of the bowl. And you just do it with the, it's like making a snowball. Then flip your bowl over, fold the foil into the inside, and then smooth this out a little with the flat part of your hand like you're making a snowball. If it's not totally smooth, that's not going to hinder your bowl. This is just really to keep it from sticking to the bowl. Then you need a piece of paper with your name on it, first name, last initial, and your teacher initial, and then sit on that so that's out of the way. Then you will need to tear strips, and I prefer strips, so to make the strips you're going to hold the paper towel vertical and tear it the length of the paper towel. Like that. So, dip your fingers in, get this a little bit wet, touch the paper towel with your finger, hold it in place with your other hand, and then using your fingertips and the flat part of your hand, smooth that out until the paper towel is wet. The first few are a little bit harder to stay on because there's not a lot to stick it to and the foil is a little bit slippery. When you get to the edge like this and it extends over, all you want to do is fold that back, and that will continue to keep that edge nice. So there's no particular order that you want to paper mache this. You just want to make sure you get 3 nice layers and that you fold the edges back when it goes over the side. And hold it in one hand, smooth it with the other. Your sticky finger is great for picking up the strip. If you pinch it in your fingers when you pick it up, grasp it, it's going to stick to your fingers. And it'll be a little harder to get, if you pick it like this, then it's a little harder to put down. So I just touch it with my finger and it sticks, picks it up, and then I can place it back on my bowl. Fold those edges over. I'm kind of focusing on this top edge just to make sure I get that thick enough. That's going to add stability to your bowl. There, I'm folding that little leftover over. See where you can see through there? That means there's not enough paper mache. So that's where you need to concentrate. Make sure that there's at least 3 layers. And of course, any place that the foil is showing. Just lay the paper towel over it next to each other and you'll begin to cover it all, and then you can start your second layer. I'm going to fold those edges over in just a moment. So I like to use the flat part of my hand like you're rounding out a snowball. It flattens the little wrinkles that you sometimes get a little bit better than just a finger. So there's a little wrinkle I just flattened. So this right here is not wet enough, so a little bit more goop. And then carefully fold it back. Smooth it out, and that goop is going to start soaking through. And when that paper towel is nice and dark looking, then you know that it is saturated with the paper mache goop. So there's a place that it's not thick enough. Smooth it on there. Fold it back. So you're just repeating that same thing until you have 3 layers. I know I have 2 good layers, so now now I can just put a new layer on everywhere. You're going to develop a little technique. This time I'm kind of doing a radial design where I'm putting them across the middle like an X. You know, we divided our design quadrilaterally, so this is going to be probably 12 strips, kind of like hands of a clock. And they crisscross at the bottom. Then I know for sure that I'm going to get those necessary layers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just about done with all my layers. Then I'm going to go and check my edges, and then we'll put our last strip on, which is your name strip. So here I am, folding all those edges down, making sure they're smooth. Might need to add a little goop. Here's a little wrinkle, and I just folded or pressed on it, and it smoothed them all out. And there we go. Put your last one on. That's got your name. And you're done. See, the edges are all nice, folded back, not going into the bowl.